God who never lets go, He never denies, He never cheats, He never disappoints. He gives the very best of everything without consultation or being rewarded. Indeed, Allah is Allah. Welcome, welcome, my dear ones. Yes, my name is Ashuurah Mutale, and I am actually making up for yesterday's show that I failed to make. I failed to show up yesterday. I was caught up. Yes, I was caught up. But nevertheless, I'm so thankful to Allah that He has enabled me make it up today on Thursday. And subhanallah, still on when Saturday I might not be able to show up due to the circumstances. I mean, due to where I will be, because I'm traveling tomorrow for some dawah work. May Allah accept and grant me the ability to. May He facilitate me, Allahumma ameen, and enable me make it. So guys, I am live on my three social media platforms. This is Facebook, this is Instagram, and this is YouTube. I'm so honored and so grateful to have you here for my audience, and I'm thanking you for the love and support. Thank you so much for always being here. Thank you so much for subhanallah, for not giving up on me, for not getting tired actually. So may Allah bless you and love you in a special way, and may He keep paving paths of rizq so full of barak. What do we have today? Yesterday we are talking about the married sisters. Yes, the married sisters. Remember, this is Ask Ashuurah Mutale show, one of my shows, of which the others I have the Deen Time with Ashuurah Strictly Deen that shows every Saturday at 5:30 p.m. East African time, and this Ask Ashuurah Mutale that is on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Remember, my YouTube channel is Golden Ash TV. My Instagram is Ashuurah Mutale official page. So the other one is this Ask Ashuurah Mutale, whereby I get questions, I mean, from my fans, from my family, the Ashuurah Mutale family. Those are the people that see it in me. Those are the people that confide in me, seeking for pieces of advice. And I'm always praying to Allah to grant me the best of advice that I can ever give to people that come, that confide in me, so that they benefit from them. And right after talking to them and giving them the pieces of advice via Quran and the Hadiths, then I go ahead and request them to give me permission to come publicly and address these questions, because I believe there's so many people out there who might not get in my inbox, people who might not get that chance, subhanallah. But then with them watching these shows, with them watching these videos, they benefit from them. So my dear one, whoever has just joined, please, when you join, please, you can leave your comments. You can tell me what you would want me to, I mean, just any pieces of advice. I welcome those pieces of advice, because as human as I am, of course I have my imperfections. So whatever that you would want me to address, please go ahead and I'll be at your service. I told you I'm live on. Thank you so much for joining my YouTube as well. This is Golden Ash TV. Please don't hesitate to subscribe, like the videos. Please comment on the videos. Please share these pieces, because indeed they will be so useful to as many people as they can be. And this is my official Ashuurah Mutale official page on Instagram as well, and then Ashuurah Mutale fans page on Facebook. Actually, I have two fans pages, but I'm so active on the one that I'm worn in that orange brown attire. Yes, leave alone the blue, but the orange brown attire. So my dear ones, please, today I am addressing the Muslim sisters. Here came a sister who is married, and she feels like to her, she told me that, Ashuurah, I feel like my marriage is stagnant. I feel like ever since I got married, we are not getting anywhere. So I feel like perhaps I should try somewhere else. Perhaps I should just leave the marriage. And those were her those were her problems. Those were her concerns. She was like, I'm fed up. I want to leave. We're not growing. We are literally just stuck in one place ever since we got married. I'm not seeing any change. Blah, 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 blah. My beloved sister, before you think of leaving, trust me, someone out there wishes to be in your shoes, wishes to be where you are. Yes. And I'm just praying to Allah, whatever advice that I gave to her, that she can stick onto it. Because indeed, subhanAllah, you want to move to where? Move to where anyway? And do you know that so many people out there wish to be in your shoes? There's so many people out there who are single and they are praying for husbands. That's all they need. And here you are. What makes you think that you should be having lots and lots of things? What makes you think that you are, subhanAllah, before you even complain about your marriage not going any further, are you also helping out? Why should you think it's you know, subhanAllah, some women are really so good at, I'm not condemning anyone and I'm not pinpointing or pointing fingers at anyone, but some humans are just, I don't know, they're so full of complaining. The mere fact that you have your husband, the mere fact that he doesn't, because I asked her several questions, does he beat you? No. What else do you think, apart from you thinking you guys are stuck and not growing in this marriage and you think the marriage is just stagnant, what other excuse would you give that makes you feel like you want to step out of this marriage? She never had any other excuses. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And trust me, my beloved sister, there's so many people going through the worst, much worse than you've ever imagined. So, of course, I told her, subhanAllah, I wouldn't recommend you to leave. Because meanwhile, as you feel like, subhanAllah, you are being suffocated in this marriage due to the fact that you think it's stagnant and you guys are not, and whatever the case, she had her, but it was all rotating with that. It was all rotating with that. I told her, please. Have you ever slept without food? No. Has he ever left without leaving food? No. SubhanAllah. We can never be equal. Now I think some of the common mistakes that sisters do or make, I think she has friends that are well off in their marriage. But I usually tell my followers that even these hands, these fingers are not equal. That's how Allah created us. Allah tells us in Surah An-Nahl, this is the 16th chapter, yes, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it's the 16th chapter, verse 71. Surah An-Nahl, that among you people, there are those that Allah has favored more in provisions. There are those that Allah has favored more in provisions. So please, let's keep that in mind. Stop looking at other people. Stop thinking you have to be like them. Stop thinking, why should it be them and not me? We are all blessed differently. You might be admiring the rich or your other friends who are well off to you. You think they are living a better life. You don't know what lies behind those doors. What hides behind those curtains? What happens in the dark when everyone is asleep? You don't know what's there. It's just that some people are really so good at concealing their things to themselves, their secrets. Some people are good at not displaying what they are going through, but rather they keep giving you the good picture that you want to take, that you want to see, and they'll keep showing you what the world wants to see publicly, and yet they are literally being suffocated within. And then you, the weak-minded, sorry to say, you will keep seeing what they want you to see. Welcome to this live, Brother Bilal Ibn Mu'min. Thank you so much for being here. May Allah bless and love in a special way. I'm seeing another brother, Anku Racheter, something of the sort. Ankur, yeah, if I don't know your name. Thank you so much for being around. Guys, please also check me out on my YouTube, because it really means a lot, as my YouTube needs to grow. I need these views so that my YouTube can grow. Guys, so Before we even get there, have you thanked Allah for that husband? Brother Kazmin, thank you for joining. This is Instagram. Have you thanked Allah for that husband? Have you thanked Allah for the fact that He granted you your husband? Because trust me, there are so many sisters out there that are still fasting. They are waking up for tahajjud. And it's been a while, because it doesn't mean that the minute you start fasting for a husband, the minute you start waking up for tahajjud, you're going to get that man. Allah loves the patient people. Wasta'inu bisabr wasala. Seek help through patience and prayer. So it's all up to Allah. It might take a year. People have taken years. Just hang in there. Your man is coming. So my dear one, now that Allah has granted you a man, how grateful are you? Have you thanked Allah for that man, or you rather taking everything for granted? Do you think you're married simply because you're beautiful, or it was meant to be you had to get married? Or do you think, because trust me, there are so many beautiful, more beautiful women than you are, and they're not yet married. So it's all up to you. I mean, it's not up to you that, oh, because you're beautiful, you think you are perhaps this, you got all the shapes and all that. It's not about that, because there's so many people out there with a much more well-shaped figures than you have that are not married. There's so many people out there with brainees, people that are beautiful, subhanallah, and they're not yet married. So to me, it's not all up to how you look, how much brains you have, how much curved you are. It's all up to Allah. So my dear one, do you also know that as much as you're taking your marriage for granted, that it might end within a blink of an eye? Yes, it can, because you are not in control of your marriage. You are not the one driving your marriage, but rather Allah is. That means we should endeavor to be grateful to Allah for our marriage. How? By thanking Him always and praying for our marriage and doing the right things that we have to do. Play your roles, my beloved sisters. Stop taking things for granted. Stop thinking you are where you are because you are this. Oh, He can't leave you. Or you are that, you are this. Yes, He can leave you. There's so many sisters out there who are way better than you. So my dear ones, please, for starters, before we get into anything else, consider praying for your marriage. Be grateful to Allah. When you get into marriage, some of the common mistakes that sisters do is when they get into marriage, they think they've accomplished it all. Then they start playing dirty, they start taking things for granted, they start taking their men for granted, they start. Subhanallah, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Sisters, please wake up. When you get into marriage, it's the beginning of the journey. This is like you've started cooking. Before the food gets ready, you never rest. You just never rest. You have to check the food. You have to see. You have to keep opening it. You have to check it. You have to check the fire. Is it on the Please. You have to keep mingling in the food. Test the salt and all that. Keep adding in spices and all that. You understand, my dear ones? So please, take it from me that once you get into marriage, it's the beginning of the journey. You will find valleys, you're going to find mountains, you're going to find, subhanAllah, you're going to get, sometimes it will be a straight road, of course, smooth, but not always. Because marriage is not a bed of roses, as some people think. Different people have different pictures, especially before marriage. Before they get married, they think of this and that, and they see things as, subhanAllah, not until you're there. That's when you can know the real character of your partner. Before the two of you get living together, because that's one of the ways that our beloved Prophet ﷺ told us in one of the hadiths, that getting to know someone better, actually I think they mentioned, there might be like 3 ways to get to know someone better. Though I can remember when you start living with them. That's when you can know the real characters of someone. But before that, you will never know. You might never know whether they snore. You can never know how they chew. You can never know how they, there's so many things that we get to know ourselves better when we get starting living together. And then another one, what was the other one? When someone gets angry, that's when you can know someone. They're like, I think there are 4 or 3. But one of them that I do remember for sure is when you start living with someone, you can truly know the true traits of someone. You can never know someone enough before you live with them. They will act, especially people that are planning to get married. They will act the very best and you feel like, subhanAllah, I've gotten my Prince Charming. I've gotten my princess. Subhanallah, she's truly, or he's truly my rib. Subhanallah, not knowing the truth there. So when Allah blesses you with, I'm addressing my beloved sisters, when Allah blesses you with this man, and at least you've survived with him for months. Trust me, there are marriages that only last for weeks. There are marriages that only last for months. There are marriages that break up just in 1 year. So please do not take that for granted that you've lasted with your man for over months, a year, and now years. People are way so complicated. People are so disorganized. People are so, subhanAllah, they have traits that you can't even imagine because we were born from different communities. Different people have different beliefs. Something that you see as being so light and something as being normal, it might be a big deal to someone else. Someone might be looking at it as being a taboo. Remember, in marriage, we have to be tolerant. Marriage is not all about the love. Love will never win. Love will never win. That would be another topic of how to have a successful marriage. I mean, to try. We all just trying. We all know these things, but we just keep, because no one here knows better than anyone. But we are just here to, to try better our lives, to help ourselves become the best of our versions. That's why we are here. So that will be another topic on its own. Why are marriages failing and how can we help one another for the betterment of our marriages? Because of late, marrying and divorcing is the norm of the day, as though it's all that people have got to do. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Despite the fact that Allah dislikes, subhanallah, separations and divorces, people are so busy into it like it's the norm of the day. Anyways, my beloved sisters, so we are done with you stopping. You have to stop taking your marriage for granted. Please be thankful to Allah for that marriage. Please pray for your marriage like every day. I mean every day. For Allah to bless your marriage. For Allah to keep making you apples for each other's eyes. For Allah to keep making the two of you, flowers for each other's eyes. Yes, my dear ones, you heard me. That when He looks at you, you're His flower. That you impress Him both externally on His eyes and internally in His heart. That when He looks at you, He praises Allah and He thanks Allah for the gift of you in His life. Welcome, Brother Karamo, Ibrahim Hussein, Mukrashi also here. Welcome, guys. Please, thank you so much for joining my Shay Abduke, for joining my my YouTube. Guys, please join my YouTube channel as well, Golden Ash TV, and please subscribe to the channel. That really makes it count, because I literally love and I want to see my channel grow. May Allah accept, Ya Rabbi. My beloved most married sisters, yes, we are done with thanking Allah and then praying for your marriage. Please pray for yourself as well, so that, subhanAllah, you will always be that precious queen to Him every time He looks at you. And pray for Him too as well, so that He'll always be that noble king for you every time you look at Him, so that you guys never get tired of each other. Shatwin is always there. As far as marriage is concerned, the main him is the one that comes in most of the times. I mean the shatwin. He doesn't send whatever. Sometimes he does, but when he sees they're failing, he will come in. كيف حالك؟ Alhamdulillah. Wa anta? Hope you are fine too. So my dear ones, please do not take that for granted. There's so many evil eyes out there. Try, subhanAllah, as much as you can to, make those du'as protecting your marriage. So we are done with that. Common mistakes that sisters do. How I derived my question, my topic of today, I told you a certain sister came to me thinking and claiming she's just tired of the marriage. Why? Because she thinks it's stagnant, it's not growing. They are literally in one place for over years and she feels like she's tired. And she had no other reasons. That was the only reason. One of the common mistakes that married sisters do is competition, comparisons. Please stop comparing your man with someone else's man. Whatever that works on someone else's man might not work on your man. These men are different, with different traits, with different ways of percepting things. Stop thinking whatever that works on someone else's man is going to also work on your man. Stop comparisons. Stop competition. Looking at what happens in someone else. You know who your man is and his status. Don't load him. Don't bag him with what he can't handle. Sisters, we tend to make that mistake of wanting competition. Oh, my other sister is having this. She got a new, or her husband gives her a new sharias or every week or every month. So I should get the same in my home. Please, these are two different homes. Had they been the same, then you guys would have been living together. But you are living separately. That means you have separate lives. And you have separate statuses. That's why I read to you that surah, Surah An-Nahl, verse 71, where Allah tells us, among you people, Allah has favored others over the others in provision. Yes, Allah has favored some of the people over the others in provision. And I gave you a clear, very simple example. Even these fingers are not equal. We have a shorter one and, that's how they go. Why? Because it is what it is and we can never change it. It's all up to Allah. He has reasons for just everything and He's unquestionable. We can never question Allah. He is the perfect and all-knowing Al-Alim. So my dear ones, please, let's endeavor to keep that in mind. Stop the competition. It won't work. It's so unhealthy. If you don't stop it, you are bound to lose your marriage. Why? Because you feel like, you get sad. You have to appreciate what Allah has given you with Alhamdulillah. There's so many people out there who would wish to be in your shoes, who would wish to be where you are. And you are there right now and you're not even appreciating it. You are not appreciating it. Please appreciate whatever that Allah gives you. And then another mistake is we tend to watch so many of the soap operas, those Telemundo, those love soap series, soaps and series. These are actors acting because they want you to enjoy so that you keep watching and enjoying. So they are going to give you what you want. We have to live in the reality, my noble sisters. Let's stop fantasizing and thinking, he's not done this, he better surprise me, I watched this, I saw this, I want that kind of love. Stop daydreaming. Those are fantasies. Those are false fantasies. We are now in the reality. You read those love novels and you think, subhanallah, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. They are brainwashing you. They are spoiling you mentally, making you feel like having your own image of how love should be and how a man should treat a woman and how he has to do this for me and how this, so on and so forth. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Stop. Wake up, my beloved sisters. We are living in the now we have to wake up into the reality world because this is what it is and we can never change it. So those are some of the mistakes that sisters do. Other mistakes, sisters, you are taking your men for granted. Some of these men don't even have any, wish, or they've never dreamt of having more than one wives. They've never dreamt of marrying more than one. But then the way you treat them, Aunt Rachel, come and close this back door. The way you treat them is, subhanallah, too bad to be true, is close that door. The way you treat these men is most of the times that pushes them to think of marrying more. And subhanallah, this is kind of funny that some sisters, when they are still having them men alone, they act so weird. They feel like they're at the top of the world. They feel like they're at the top of the game. They will take these men for granted. I've seen it. They act their worst. Why? Because they feel like they are the last borns of women. Not until the man marries someone else. Not until the man, simply kiss you, welcome. Not until the man marries someone else. That's when you see, subhanAllah, someone panicking, someone getting themselves back up, someone, subhanAllah, why should you wait for that? Why do you keep taking these men for granted? That's another mistake. Those are some of the mistakes that married sisters do. Thinking of this, or he can't. Someone will even say it publicly, my man can't, because okay, maybe he can't, maybe he's never thought about it, but how do you treat him? The way you treat him, these are men. I'm telling you, these are men. So my dear ones, let us stop taking them for granted. Where is the respect? I told you, beauty alone is not enough in the marriage. Or else he can pick on just anyone out there if he ever wished to, if he ever wanted to. Because there's so many beautiful girls out there. Girls that have what their mothers gave them. Girls that have what it takes to have the gadgets. So it's not about the beauty. Stop sitting back and relaxing and thinking, oh, I've got the beauty. I have my curves. I have, what my mama gave me. And so he's going to stick on to that. Men love mentally upright, sharp women. Women who think before they act. As women as we are, you have to be a queen because you are truly a queen. You have to act like a woman and then think like a man. You have to always keep in shape and look good. There are no excuses. So, are you doing so? Or are you rather, subhanAllah, becoming so relaxed, thinking, I want him off? Because before the guy marries you, you are at your best. You will always dress up in your best. You will always look after yourself, look after your skin, your hair. You will always smell good. Why? Because you want to sweep him off his feet. And yes, you succeed. You succeed by sweeping him off his feet. Then you have won the crown. You are now his wife. You are the CEO of the home. What roles are you playing in your home? Or are you rather the kind of person or woman or wife or whoever that you are in that home, only Allah knows best, who sits and watches the soaps from morning to evening and giving in all your roles to the house manager? That's the maid. Too bad to be true. And then from there, women sit so comfortably and start calling men all sorts of names. Trust me, if you have given her your roles, assigned her what you are meant to be doing, she will indeed take care of him. Because you are not just assigning her the other roles, like, or maybe mopping, or maybe cleaning the chores. You're also assigning her your husband. How comes the maid should be knowing which shirt matches which trouser, as far as your husband is concerned? How should it be the maid to know where the socks are, where the tie is? Huh? You heard me. Where the underwears are. Why is it to be the maid to be ironing your husband's clothes? No, please put yourself in the shoes of these men. You know, sisters always say, oh, Ashuurah is always on the men's side. She's always... That's not the case. I actually look to be on the men's side, but then it's all for you, my beloved sisters. A fly, butterfly that likes you is the one that falls on your wound. Why? Because it wants you to clean up that wound before you get tetanus, before you get any germs. Put yourself in shoes that there is that one person who has to take care of you. But then they don't even show any concern. And rather, whatever that they have to do for you, obligatory, like something that is meant to be them doing it for you, it's rather being done by someone else. As human as you are, there is that law of attraction, that you literally get attracted to someone that takes care of you, someone who shows more care. Why should it be that the housemaid to blend juice for your husband, and then you even have the audacity to leave them to bring it? To serve them. To serve them tea. You are rather just commanding. Make this, fry that egg, make that juice, and bring it. What are you doing? Why were you married in the first place? That you can't serve your noble king. The queen is meant to be the CEO of the home. Yes, you have a house manager, but then you are the CEO of your home. Take control, take care of everything. Know what's done, how, when. This is your noble king. This is your man. Those are some of the things that we take for granted. Those are some of the things that, subhanAllah, sisters mess up with. These are men. Trust me. And to be true, sorry about that. Some of the housemates come with many intentions. Yes, they do. They come with so many intentions. Some come to work, mashallah, those are the good ones. But many of them, to be true, they come to work and to get a husband. It might not intentionally be your husband, but then they end up getting your husband. These are women who have just absolutely everything that you have. The only difference is the roles and who you are in your home. That is, if you maintain who you are and not rather forget about you being the CEO of your home. She's house manager, but then you're the CEO. You get the point? So when you miss out a point on that, trust me, these are men. Men are explorers. They love exploring by nature, and they are hunters. Here you are. You just brought ghee near fire. The housemaid is literally doing everything for him. And what are you doing? Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Brother Muhammad Ibrahim Khan. Thank you for joining the show. What are you doing with your man? So, my dear ones, let's stop taking these men for granted. Before you know now, sisters will start calling them names. What do men want? We ask those questions in Rajun. What do men want? Now the question is also reversed to you. What do women want? Do you even know what you want before you ask the man what he wants? Why? Because we think there are so some women think men don't know what they want. Men are so demanding. Men are so this. Well, some men, of course, they are that, but not all men. Some men turn into what should I say? They turn into what they turn into due to how you treat them. But had you been a good woman, had you taken care of him, trust me, there are good men in the world. Yes, there are good men out there. And my beloved sister, before I even forget, how are you handling your marriage? Too bad to be true, some sisters got their marriage through shirk. I'm going to tell it the way it is, and this is reality. And after having performed whatever they did, because too bad to be true, there are some people out there who believe that you can never get marriage without committing any shirk. Some people used to tell me that before I got married. Yes, some people used to rhyme that. And praise be to the Almighty Allah Tabarak Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. He tested me as far as marriage is concerned. How that it took me a while to get married. Whilst all my friends, all my circle, they got married. But yes, they did something. Some went to the four sheikhs. Of course, we know some sheikhs are witch doctors. Hiding themselves in, disguising themselves in Quran. Combating themselves with the Quran, yet they are doing shirk. We all know that fact. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. May Allah protect us from such. May He enable us to detect shirk from afar, to smell shirk from afar. And when you do so, please run away, never go back, block them. You heard me. Run away, never go back, block them. You don't have to comfort them because they are way so dangerous. They are way so dangerous. Just let them. They are grown-ups. They know what they are doing. They chose that path because they thought that was the best path to take. Now that Allah has enabled you to detect the shirk that they are doing, please don't go back to them. So my dear ones, after you have done whatever that you, because I told you, all my circle, they got married. And here they were, people giving birth, and I was there. I was like, yeah, Allah, if I'll be the first person to get married without doing any shirk, please let me be the one. I'm telling you, I was seeing no marriage. And they kept laughing at me. They kept mocking me. They were busy. Do you think you'll get married? There's no marriage on a clean slate. There's no marriage without what Allah. Allah helps those that help themselves. Not until I gave up, I could even say it loudly. I was like, yeah, Allah, I think my money is not from here. Because I got so disturbed, like, how is it that no one gets, like, so many people poison other people's brains, minds, telling you there's no marriage survives without anything, without doing something for the man. You have to keep in that. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. And if I'm not mistaken, there's so many sisters into that. So many sisters who believe in that. But Islam has given us everything, sisters. If Islam has given us what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and why to do it. There's so many du'as to protect ourselves. Pray for your husband. Pray for your marriage. There's so many du'as to build fences, walls, surrounded with fire that nothing can ever attack you. And whatsoever that will ever come through, it was decreed to you by Allah. Because Allah let it to affect you. And why? Because He wants to test you. Don't say like, I really became so lousy. They kept telling me no marriage survives without anything. Now I kept praying to Allah. Now look at this. I have this. Then let me... Nothing that affects you that Allah doesn't know about. And He lets it through to test you. He lets it through because you are His servant. Will they call themselves believers without them being tested? That is a question that Allah asked us. So as believers as we are bound to have those, subhanAllah, valleys, getting into mud, finding rivers, crossing through so hardly, finding mountains, trekking up the mountains, and then, subhanAllah, is just never a straight road. Something that you have to bear in mind. And Allah tests those that Allah loves. And the people that Allah loves are His friends. Trust me, if your ultimate goal is Jannah, you'll always find those ups and downs. It's never straight. It's never a straight path. So here you are. I'm still talking to the sisters that began their marriage off on the wrong foundation. You literally bewitched him to change him psychologically, to have him marry you. And Allah is the most merciful. He grants you people what you wish, what you are straining for. He gives it to you. And guess what? How sure are you that you are with the right person that was meant for you? How sure are you that she is meant to be yours, that he was meant to be yours? How sure are you that he is truly your noble king that Allah created for you in this dunya? Because I believe everyone has someone out there. I believe you are a queen whose king is out there, for those who are not yet married. So for those who bewitch these men, now, when you began your marriage on a wrong foundation, that means it's going to last that way. Every time he tries to, you keep going and adding in. It's now like a fireplace. Every time the fire tries to burn out, you have to add in firewood. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Till when? That we don't even know when Malaikatul Maut will be knocking on our doors. Before you know, death might catch you before you repent. And that means you've given up on your akhirah. You've given up on Jannah. And then, trust me, that day is coming that each soul shall be accountable for what it did. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. That day is coming that you will wish, subhanallah, you had known. And yes, we know. We can't act like we do not know anything, because sheikhs are telling us. Sheikhs are preaching about the shirk and how shirk is the biggest sin if not repented. Hellfire is waiting for you. My beloved sisters, how can you give up on the akhirah, on Jannah, simply because of a creature that you found on this dunya? How can you be that bold and that daring to let go of Allah, of Allah's words, despite of all the warnings? Because we can't act ignorant. Yes, we are so informed about what's going on and how much Allah dislikes and prohibits associating anything unto Him. The God that we worship, subhanAllah, we shouldn't associate anything unto Him. That is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should stop acting careless and taking Him for granted, because that day is coming. Is it really worth? That's my question. Is it really worth you giving up on akhirah? Or do we think those are just stories that don't even exist? Too bad to be true if you have that mentality. If you have that mentality, then I'm really sorry for you. You are burying yourself. This message is for those sisters who still have the fear of Allah, but then you messed up. It's never too late, my dear ones. The good news is you are still alive. There's so many sisters in the grave that wish they were here to repent. There's so many sisters that wish they had more time, because there is a time that is too late for you to repent, that you can't take it back. That is when your soul is being taken. In that process, you can never repent. It's a done deal. But you are still here. You even have the opportunity. Allah loves you that much that you can watch this. That means you are among the people that Allah loves. It's never too late. Please do the needful. You have to repent and let go of whatever that you are doing to that man. There's so many things. Sisters, you know what you're doing. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Why should you even go that far? Yet Allah gave it to us. Yet Allah, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi barakatuh, brother Imran Khan on YouTube. Thank you so much, guys. Please keep checking me out on YouTube as well, Golden Ash TV. That's my YouTube channel. And please subscribe to the channel. Click on that notification button so that you can be notified about the new videos every time they are being uploaded. Please comment, like the videos, please share the videos, because indeed these are inspirations, and who knows who they might reach. They might reach to a person who needs this in this time. I mean, so they might get there at the right timing. May Allah bless you all, guys. Thank you so much for the love and support. My beloved sisters, it's never too late. If your ultimate goal is Jannah, please stop being brainwashed. That there can never be a marriage that can survive without shirk. You know what you're doing. Disgusting things. You are feeding those men those things that you yourself too can't test. Give a test. Tawbah to be true. You know what you're doing, sisters. But I swear to you, if you don't change, Jahannam is waiting for you. And the punishments are going to start from the grave. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. They are going to start from the grave. And we can't know how long we are going to stay in the grave before the judgment day stands. We can never know. But in this dunya, subhanAllah, how old are you now? And what guarantee do you have that you even have any more 5, 10, or 20 years to come? The one that lasts longer could go for 100 years. And by the time you reach 100 years, it's just a few people that reach 100 years with their memory, with in their right minds, with their brains functioning so properly. Most of the people, by the time they reach there, their teeth have fallen out, their eyes go blind, go blind. You said 1 year ago you visited DRC. I'm actually not from DRC. DRC, that is Democratic Republic of Congo. I'm from Uganda, East Africa. Yes. So, my dear ones, many of the people can't hear. That means the older you grow, the deteriorating you get. Our bodies deteriorate. So getting at those years that everyone thinks, oh, praying to get there too. How sure are you still be knowing who you are? Many of the people are just being fed. They lose their memory. They can't even recognize their own children. I mean, is it worth you giving up on the akhirah, where we're going to spend uncountable years? Is it worth you giving up on your Rabbi, the one who created you, over a creature? My beloved sisters, of course the answer is no. This is just a creature that you found on this dunya. And my question is, if he died and he were buried, and you guys forgot the key on the grave at 8 p.m., would you be sent back alone in that grave to pick up that key? Of course the answer is no. Why not? After all, you've done all the despicable things in the name of keeping your man, in the name of saving your marriage, in the name of this. You know what you're doing. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. After all, he's been your sweetheart. Why not go to the grave and pick up that key? Meaning it's not worth it. My beloved sisters, let us stop lying to each other. Let us stop thinking we can handle it. There's nothing that you can handle. And had shirk been that reliable, there wouldn't have been as many divorce cases, people separating in bad condition, in rough conditions, as they're existing now. Meaning people would be forever. But shirk is just a lie. It's just one of these worldly delusions that people get so attached to, and in the end they end up so miserably. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. So my beloved sisters, it's never too late. That's the good news. You are still here. You still have the life. You still have the brains to differentiate what is good and bad. Your fear is that you are going to lose him. And yes, you might lose him. That is, if he was not your man. Do you know that there's so many people forcefully living with men that are not meant to be their men? Why? Because they are bewitching them and changing them psychologically. Allah is the most merciful. He grants them to you, but these are not your men. These are not your men. But with Allah being the most merciful, He gives them to you. Why? Because this was your urge. This was what you wanted. This was what you strained for. And you are busy keeping in, adding more and more. Instead of repenting, you are rather doing the same mistake in the name of keeping your men, in the name of, subhanAllah, maintaining them, maintaining your marriage. To me, that's not happiness. Living in a marriage well knowing without any shirk, you can't be together. And you even have no guarantee that you're going to last. So many marriages have broken up so badly. Some men killing the women. There's so many despicable things that are happening in the world. Why not be patient and get your noble king, the one that is rightfully yours? Many sisters are living in marriages that they're so violent. The men are so abusers. And they are just stuck in there. They'd rather lose their life than, subhanAllah, let go peacefully. And that's what most of the women miss. I mean, that's where most of the women slide off the right track. Why? Because the more someone mistreats them, the more this someone tells them, you try doing this, or else it's gonna, subhanAllah. If you feel like it's that suffocating, and you have those valid reasons that were given in Islam for a woman to ask for khura, why wait till you're forced to the wall to slide off into shirk? Who told you that he, by rain or storm or sun, you have to be forever? Islam stipulates everything, even the conditions. I mean, do you have any reasons, those valid reasons? Do you feel like if you last any longer with him, you might be, your heart might jump into shirk, and yet you don't want to take that path? Why? Because of what he's doing to you. Then why get that far, my beloved sisters? Though I warn sisters, before you think it's too much for you, trust me, there's someone going through much worse than you are. And there's someone out there wishing to be in your place. So please, before you think it's too much and you want to hand in the towel, you can do much better than that. Try seeking for counseling. Try talking to someone that you can confide in. And those are the mistakes that married sisters do, is making the non-married sisters or women to be your closest friends, to be your best friend. What are you doing with a non-married woman to be your closest friend, your best friend? Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Bismillah. The question is, sisters, what are you doing with those non-married sisters, making them your best friends? First of all, they will never be happy for you. And as women as we are so fond of coming with all our excitement and pour it all to them. You have what they don't have. That is an official man. They might be having men or boyfriends, whatever, but you are officially someone's wife. That is a title that they don't have. What makes you think they can be your best friends? That you can pour it all out to them? That you can come with all your excitement and tell them, oh, what your man did, what he does, and how your man is, and how all those stories that literally create envy, jealousness, maliciousness. That's another big devious mistake done by married women. Let us stop. Please stop thinking you can be that close friends with a non-married woman. And what kind of advice are you looking from them? Of course, they will always tell you, get out. Don't you see that I'm surviving? You are just like a prisoner. He's just like you, he's taking you for a slave. You shouldn't be doing that. Look at my life. They make you feel or think they are living a good life when, trust me, these are the same people that lock up themselves in their rooms and cry so physically. And they cry so much on their pillows. And in public, they'll come, I'm single and contented. I don't need a man. I don't need a man for this. If any woman says those stories with you, just block them. Ghost them. They are not good news to you. Before you know, they will start talking you into, leave him. Because you take her for your best friend, that means your best friend will give you their advice. They'll give you their advice. And that's what they think is best. Trust me, a married woman, as married as you are, there's nothing you are doing with a non-married woman. Before you know, they will start talking you into this and that. They'll try to show you, oh, the pastures are greener on the other side. They'll start telling you, you can hang in there, be with him, but then you can try out something out on the side. And they're the very people, after having plotted for you to get someone else, a Mr. Side Dish, they're the same people that will tell your husband. Why? Because these people are jealousy. That's where we miss out a point. Before I realized this is one of the greatest mistakes that I did in my life. Hadn't it been for Allah's love and mercy, some of them can even kill you because their jealousness goes out of hand that they can't even control it. They can poison you. So be very, very careful. There's nothing you are doing with a non-married sister if you are married. Of course, they can be your friends, but don't make them your close. Don't pave paths for them to get that close to you. You heard me. A word from a wise to a wise. I've been there, my beloved sisters. I have been there. Please, without judgment, each prophet. Mashallah. Okay. Please take your marriage as your egg. Right now you have it. You are taking it for granted. You don't feel like it matters because you have it. But the minute it will slide out of your hand is the day you will know what you've been having. So many sisters, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. You're taking that gift that Allah granted you. Not every woman has it. Not every woman is officially someone's wife. So many women are praying to Allah to grant them their imams in their homes, that they can pray behind their men, their husbands. How beautiful that is. That your husband leads the prayer behind him. That after that carries, you can go and hug him from behind and rest your head on his back. That you can, both of you, raise hands and pray and make dua. Sisters, Don't take that for granted. Some of you have them, you don't even want to know when they pray, where they pray from. You feel you are suffocated, you are tired, you've never even requested him to lead you in the prayer. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. When was the last time that you prayed behind your husband in your home? When was the last time that you both raised hands and supplicated to Allah? When was the last time that you hugged him when he came back home from work and warmly welcomed him? Or are you rather looking out for the mistakes, pinning him every now and then, asking him questions, nagging him, feeling like, oh, you are being deprived of something? Life is too short. If you feel like it's that hard on you, like you can't handle it, then why are you even still there? If you, that complaining, that nagging, oh, you're so burdened, oh, he's suffocating you, leave and pave paths for the women out there who know what to do. You are going to get upset and, you're going to get displeased with somewhat my words, but it is what it is. And I say it the way it is. Why? Because I love you, my sisters. Yes, I really do. And Allah knows best how much whatever that boils in my brains is just in for you. Brothers, I don't have really much words for you, but my beloved sisters, let us better ourselves. Let us become the very best versions of ourselves. It's never too late. Yes, we got this, and let's do it. Why don't you just let me, subhanallah, just have that for today. Just remember, I just came today to make up for yesterday for Ask Ashuurah Mutale, and our today's topic has been the married sisters. This has been especially for you, and may Allah put barak in our marriages. May Allah grant us the very best out of our marriages for dunya and akhirah. May Allah keep us on the right track, regardless of how many trials we might get in our marriages, Ya Rabbi. Amen. So that we can never have any reasons or any ways to think of shirk. Because indeed, that day is coming that each soul shall be accountable for what it did. Allahumma Ameen. Ya Allah, please grant us the ability to be apples and flowers to our husbands' eyes always. To impress them both externally on their eyes every time they see us, and internally in their hearts, and vice versa, Ya Allah. Because even praying for you to be an apple or a flower to your husband, and yet he's not that the same to you, that really sucks. So let's endeavor to be praying for them and pray for ourselves as well, for Allah to spice us up with as many spices as they can be. Pray to Allah even for the stupidest thing, the silliest thing that you can ever think of. For Allah knows us, He knows what we want, and He knows what we want to be to our husbands. So please don't hesitate, my beloved sisters. You are praying to the God that created you. He knows you much more than you know yourself. Please allow me end there for today. I'll be live today on TikTok. That's on my 3 accounts. This is Ashuurah Mutale account, the Golden Muslima account, and Ashuurah's Addict. So see you around today, 8:30. May Allah accept. Amen. Deen time with Ashuurah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much for the love and support. Thank you for always being here. May Allah bless you and love you in a special way. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.